Welcome to the Pencil Sketch tutorial 2, Different Shading Techniques. In this tutorial, we are going to see 4 different shading techniques: hatching, cross hatching, smooth shading, and stippling. First, hatching. Hatching is a simple technique where you need to draw straight lines one after the other. You can draw either vertical line, horizontal line, or slanting line based on the shape of the object. Let's see a small example on how to do hatching. I have taken this cup as an example, and I am making horizontal lines to match the orientation of the cup. First make lighter lines, then depends on the depth of the object, you can make it darker by giving one more layer of the lines. Let's go for the second technique. This is cross hatching. It is very similar to hatching, but you need to make cross lines after making the straight lines. First I have done the straight lines. Now I am making the cross lines on top of it. This technique will give a artistic look to your drawing. Let's see an example of, I have taken apple as an example, and I am first making the straight lines. It is not necessary to make horizontal or vertical lines. You can start in any direction and cross it with another direction. You can go for the second layer to make it darker, but in the same way you did at the first time. Let's go for the next shading technique. This is smooth shading. This type of shading will give a realistic look to your drawing. In this, first you need to make smooth shades by drawing the lines closer to each other. Then you need to blend it. You can use either tissue paper or a soft cloth to blend the shade. Here I am using tissue paper and slowly I am blending the lines. You can see it become very smooth. Now let's see an example. I have taken mango as an example. First I am making a very light layer of shade. Once you are done with the first layer, blend the shade with the tissue paper. Make sure it is not going outside the object. Now I am filling the remaining portion in the same way as I did. And I am blending it to make it smooth. This type of shading will give you a realistic look to your object. Once you are done with the first layer, you can go for the second layer to increase the depth of the object. Here I am doing the second layer to make it even realistic. Let's go for the last shading technique of this tutorial. This is stippling. You have to stipple on the object, means you have to make dots. For darker shades, you have to make closer dots, and for lighter shades, the dots should be away from each other. Let's see an example of stippling technique. I have taken the leaf as an example. First, I am stippling at the edges and I am making closer dots to make it darker. Same way I am doing along the edges of the leaf. You can make very closer dots for darker shades.